So, you've been on 3 dates and things seem to be going pretty well. They're funny, sweet, and maybe even a little bit charmingly awkward. And then suddenly out of nowhere they say something like, "I'd love to meet your parents." So then you freeze. And part of you is flattered and another part of you is like, wait, what? Really? Already? So is that cute? Is that clingy? Is that commitment? Or is that control? Hi, I'm Michelle McGowan, licensed clinical counselor, and this is a little series that I'm doing called Real or Red Flag. And in this series, we will break down emotionally charged moments in dating and relationships to help you separate romance from red flags. So meeting someone's parents feels like a big deal, right? This is not just a dinner invite. It's access to the people who shaped your life, who raised you. So when someone asks for that access early, it can raise the question, are they trying to build a connection? Or are they trying to bypass a connection? And today we're going to be talking about emotional speeding, enmeshment, validation seeking, and how childhood emotional neglect can be the driving rush. So I want you to meet Tasha. Tasha has a history of meeting partners who start strong with things like love notes and text messages and good mornings. It was someone saying things like, "You're different." Then suddenly she meets Marcus. Marcus and Tasha's had 3 great dates, and then suddenly on the 4th date, over brunch, he leans in and he asks, "I'd love to meet your parents. It just feels right." Tasha's gut clenches because she hasn't even told her parents anything about Marcus or the fact that she's dating him. But on the other hand, she also didn't want to seem guarded or cold. So she responds by smiling and saying something like, "Okay, maybe soon." But then the dynamic shifted and he pulled back and got distant. And when she asked him if everything was okay, because she felt that distance and that pullback, he responded with something like, "I guess I thought we were more serious." And here's why a request like this, meeting your parents after 3 or 4 dates, can be a red flag. It's not always a red flag, but it can often be a red flag. And the reason for this is because it's not about your parents. It's not about meeting your parents. It's about what that gesture symbolizes. It symbolizes validation, legitimacy, and belonging. And for some people, especially those with wounds around abandonment or emotional neglect, meeting your family can feel like proof that they matter. But that's not how trust is built. Trust is built through time and repair and slow intimacy, not these grand gestures that shortcut emotional closeness. So when someone wants to meet your parents early, it could be that they have a desire to feel included or validated. Or it could be that it's a subconscious test to them, testing, am I important to you? Or it could be a way to bypass the deeper emotional work that it takes to build a relationship. Or it could be a need to lock in commitment before safety is established. So this doesn't make them toxic, but it might mean that they are emotionally underdeveloped or trying to speed past vulnerability to get to the prize, and that prize is you. So I do want to say, of course, every parent meeting is not a red flag. And some cultures even normalize quick family involvement. And some people genuinely value meeting family as a way to connect. But the difference lies in their reaction to a boundary that you set. So for example, if you say not yet, and they respect that boundary and they stay consistent with that boundary, and they stay curious of you as a whole person, then that's real. That's not a red flag, that's real. But if they withdraw, question your commitment, or try to guilt you into it, then my friends, that is a red flag that's waving hard. So emotional speeding can sound something like, "I feel like I've known you forever. I just know this is it. Let's not waste any more time." But I want you to remember that intimacy without foundation is not love. And the truth is that people who grew up with emotional neglect often crave certainty. And nothing feels more certain than being invited into someone's family system or requesting access to someone else who's important to that person. But you got to remember that request has to be earned. It does not have to be rushed.